midnight screams.
I am blind. I don't know how many steps my staircase has. I was born blind, and it's fine with me. I'm glad I never had sight and then lost it. That would be too heartbreaking. Instead, I don't have to mourn something I never had. I lived in my Upper East Side apartment for a very long time. As a writer, having my own space is important to me. People say my writing style is exquisite because I cannot see. I focus on the other senses, and my writing shines when it stimulates them. I don't say an apple is red. The color red means nothing to me. I say warm, hard, and sour, a little sweet, fits right in your hand, smells of grass and childhood. I won't lie, the apartment had been lovely, but it was truly tiny, and I wanted to learn to play the piano. So, naturally, once I'd saved a good amount of money from my work, I bought a beautiful mansion in the suburbs. At least, that's what my friends and family called it. I didn't care. I couldn't see it anyway. I just needed to feel the warm sun in the kitchen and the fresh air from the balcony as I drank my morning coffee and listened to the birds sing. And so I worked, day in and day out. People thought it would be a problem that my house had an upper floor, because according to them, even though I had spent my entire life in darkness, cooked, showered, and cleaned my house, I apparently couldn't manage a few damn stairs. It was no problem for me. I counted the steps of my staircase, 14. I eventually got used to it, and I even went up and down the stairs faster, because I knew exactly how many steps I needed to climb. That's the thing when you're blind. Some movements become reflexes. Because you live alone, you learn to put things in certain places, and you always find them in the same spot. One day, however, as I was going down the stairs, I stumbled. Where I expected the floor, there was another step. I didn't think much of it. I figured I had been careless. I mean, yes, it was strange, because after 30 years of being blind, stumbling isn't really a common occurrence, but I paid it no mind. However, when I went back up, I tripped at the top. That was definitely not normal. There was certainly an extra step. I went back to the stairs and counted 15 steps. Counted again, 14 steps. Damn it. It had to be 14. Whatever, I went to bed. A few days went by, and I didn't stumble anymore. I wrote it off as a glitch caused by a tired mind. Then one night, as I went down the stairs to get a glass of water, I tripped again. This time I really went tumbling down. It wasn't one misstep. There were at least 2 extra. I felt around and got back up. My leg hurt badly, but my ankle was fine. I couldn't stand on it, but there was no serious damage. I went up carefully, counting 16 steps. What the hell? Sure, you can miscount by 1, but 2 extra steps? The house was silent. The night was strange. No birds, no bees, no passing cars. Normal people are afraid of the dark. I am afraid of silence. I went down the stairs again, recounting. When I reached the end, I counted 14 steps. I went back up, 18 steps. This was ridiculous. Was someone playing a prank on me? How could they even play a prank like that? I'd never heard of a burglar breaking into someone's home and adding steps to their staircase. Anyway, I still had to go check if I had locked the door. I can move around my house pretty neatly, past the kitchen and into the hallway, and then I bumped into something. I froze. My insides went taut. The hair on my skin stood up. Every sense zeroed in. I had never felt such fear in my life. I decided to keep going and check the door. Yes, locked. I went back upstairs, and this time I didn't bump into anything or anyone. 18 steps. This was insane. All night, I just went up and down like a madman. Each time, I got a different result. Back upstairs, I decided to go down and count one last time. 14 steps. Okay, maybe it will be more. 15 steps. No, it keeps going. 17 steps. 19 steps. 21 steps. That's a record. 27 steps. 33 steps. This isn't possible. 52 steps. 88 steps. I could feel the absolute horror creeping in. Something was there with me, and it was evil and disgusting and unnatural. And this staircase never ended. 102 steps. I finally gave up. Whatever it was, I didn't want to get to the bottom of the stairs. I went back up. The moment I turned my back to go up, I tried to be brave, but something took over me, and I ran on all fours, desperate to get to the top, desperate to run to my bedroom. I don't remember how I got inside and locked the door, but I did, and now I'm sitting here and typing. This house is weird, is scary, and messed up, and I think if I had gotten to the bottom of the stairs, I would have left this world. I don't think it would have been my house anymore. Still, regardless of what stupid, mysterious, bizarre, and unnatural staircase I had discovered, the important thing was not only that I didn't go down there, but that I didn't let anything come up. And right now, I can hear a creaking as I finish typing my first post. Well, dictating it. I'll pause from time to time to listen to the irregular and almost unnoticeable creak. A normal person probably wouldn't hear it, but my other four senses are over-sharpened. I guess what scares me the most is the silence in between. I dictate, I hear a creak. I pause. The creaking pauses. It's almost as if it's mocking me. I don't want to think about what I bumped into. It felt like bumping into a coat rack or something, but I didn't stop to feel around. I have a very strong urge to flee from any dangerous situations because I know I cannot fight it. As fast as I am, as strong as I am, I can't fight what I don't fully understand. They can be right in front of my face, and if they are silent enough, I wouldn't know. As I finished writing, I reached for my phone. I thought I'd call my sister. I started feeling the warmth of the early morning light on my shoulder through the window and heard the birds chirping. Based on how stiff I feel, I must have been up all night. The creaking had stopped. Had it reached my door? Was it standing on the other side or what? Hey Siri, call Daphne. My voice came out raspy. Usually I talk to myself a lot. I sing, whatever. I listen to music. This time, I had been silent for so long, afraid to make a sound, afraid to breathe. The phone was ringing. Hello? Are you okay? Why are you calling so early? Oh, what time is it? It's like 6 a.m. Oh man, I'm sorry. Huh? What's with the mumbling? What's going on? I paused. Slowly, I tiptoed to the door and pressed my ear against the oak to listen. I could feel the presence of someone outside, waiting. I think someone broke into my house and they're creeping around. I started feeling things, unusual things. I tripped, and last night I bumped into something like a coat rack. What? Are you sure? Positive. And the stairs were creaking just now. I locked myself in the bedroom, but I think it's waiting on the other side of the door. Damn, that's creepy. I have to be at the office at 9, but I'll let them know if I'm late. I'll come check things out. Thanks. Do you have the key? No one answered. I repeated myself. Do you have the key? No. Remember you forgot to give it to me? You offered, but I didn't take it. I felt weird having a key to your place. Damn it. Well, just come over. I'll go down and open the door for you. Okay. Be careful. Will do. Hanging up now. I hung up and sat on the floor, back against the door, waiting, listening. Nothing happened. Did I scare it away? She texted me that she would be at my house in 10 minutes. Okay. Damn it. Finally, I stood up and unlocked the door. I stood there in silence for a while. My options were very limited. A normal person could look around and know if they were alone or not. I couldn't. All I could do was listen, and if whatever was there was being very quiet, very still. My worst option was to feel around. That terrified me. I've talked to other people, and the equivalent for them is reaching out a hand in complete darkness. The thought of touching it gave me goosebumps. That direct contact was unbearable and much more dangerous, but I had no choice since everything was silent. So I reached out my hand. My heart pounded with every step. I wanted to keep going, but at the same time, I desperately wanted to stop and go back. I reached the stairs, 14 steps, back to normal. I was barefoot, and the hard wood felt strangely cold under my heel. I thought that was what was bothering me, until I stepped into something sticky. Ew, 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 ew. Shit, shit. What the hell is that? I shuddered and wiped my foot on the rug. I'd asked Daphne what it was. I reached the door without any other incidents. I unlocked it and was greeted by my sister's familiar voice. Hey. Oh my God. I'm so sorry you have to go through this. I'm ready to call 911. Got the numbers typed in and everything. I'll take a look. I wanted Ryan to come along, but, you know, his job. I felt her warm hands around my arm and smelled her sweet perfume. Thank you. It's such a comfort to have you here. Yeah, no problem. Let's go inside. I'll let you know if I notice anything unusual. And you stepped in something sticky in the living room. Please tell me what that island. Okay, let me see. I heard her walk around the room carefully, without saying a word. Sis? What is it? Is something weird? Silence. Why wasn't she talking? Nothing alarming, just a bit weird. Well, what did I step in? It looks like it's jam. What kind of jam? Yeah, it's jam. Are you sure? Positive. There's a jar on your kitchen counter. Open. You probably forgot. No, I don't eat jam. What else? Well, nothing. But things are a little messy. What kind of messy? I'm usually so neat. It's a bit untidy, but in a weird way. You have a pan on the floor, and this painting is propped on the dining table, taken off the wall. A bunch of clothes scattered around, almost in a pattern. What the hell? Go upstairs and check too. I could tell she didn't want to, based on her hesitation. Finally, I heard her go up the stairs and walk around for a bit. So, anything? Please talk. Nothing strange upstairs and no one is here. It's pretty neat. That bothers me for some reason. How neat. Well, the usual. The bed is made. Everything is in order. My bed is made? Yeah, I didn't make it. I was sleeping in it, then I woke up to get a glass of water. Then the weird stuff happened, and I locked myself in the bedroom. Didn't stop to make the bed. I mean, it's not perfectly made, like a child tried to do it. You said no one is there? No one. This is creepy. Call the cops. I heard her coming down the stairs. Listen, I can't. Why not? Someone is clearly messing with your house. And tell them what? That someone made my bed? Put my pan on the floor? There's no sign of a break-in. I'm not hurt. I bumped into something in the middle of the night. In the dark? Big deal. Okay, clearly someone was there. Listen, there isn't much I can do. I checked everything. You're pretty safe. You have no attic, no basement, no back door, windows locked, door locked. You're good. I'll help you clean up, and I'll go. If anything weird happens, call me. I had to ask her, even though she would think I was insane. How many steps does my staircase have? What? Count them for me. 14, as usual. Okay, I could definitely feel myself flinch at that, because after that question, the way she talked to me changed. She was too patient, too calm. Kept telling me to turn some music on, relax, take a bath, listen to one of my audiobooks, and not to freak out. I felt a little hurt, thinking that my own sister didn't believe me. But I moved on. Then, a few days passed where I remained on edge, but nothing happened. Nothing weird. Everything was back to normal. Christmas came and I had a party, had friends and family over, and forgot about the feeling of loneliness and desolation I had felt in that house. Maybe I just had an episode. Well, a phase. Maybe my mind had been somewhere else. When you live with a disability, it's sometimes hard to stay on track. So what if my mental health had taken a toll? I was aware of it and decided to see a therapist. Time passed and nothing happened. I was happy. My new book got published and I hadn't felt scared or watched in months. Everything was good. One night, I was sitting on the sofa, drinking wine and watching The Bachelor. Well, not really watching, but listening. You know what I mean. Still entertaining. The AC was on and blowing warm puffs of air around the house, and I was starting to feel sleepy. I stretched my legs out from under the blanket and touched the floor. It was cold. I reached out and touched the sofa. Also cold. This cold was everywhere. How was that possible? I had the AC on all evening. Why was it so cold? I reached for the remote and turned up the heat. It didn't work. Stupid AC. I'll turn it off and then on again. Modern problems require modern solutions. I told you I talk to myself a lot. So, I pressed the big button. The AC beeped. That was the wrong beep. It was supposed to be lower. It was higher when it turned on. It had been off this whole time. It couldn't be. I had literally felt its warm breeze on the back of my neck. I sat there in silence, trying to process, as if I was delaying the moment of realization, because I didn't want to. I didn't want to admit that someone or something had been breathing on my neck. Maybe it was still there, but the breeze had stopped. I turned the TV off. I needed absolute silence to concentrate. I sat there for what seemed like hours, listening. The floor didn't creak, but I could almost make out the carpet being pressed down, the footsteps. A normal person wouldn't notice, but I did. The steps were irregular, a strange pattern of movement, an uncoordinated rhythm. I heard as it left the carpet, then a thud that told me it was right beside me. The sofa moved. I was over the edge. People have hallucinations. I put my hand out to my side, ready to touch whatever was there. I didn't get a chance. Suddenly, the sofa moved again, and I heard a whoosh. The thing had seen me try to touch it and moved. It didn't want me to touch it. Then I heard a click. My TV turned back on. Whatever it was telling me to ignore it. Why? I wasn't going to sit there and watch TV with that thing next to me. I was going upstairs. After counting 14 steps, for some reason, I knew the 15th was coming. I went back down, 17 steps, back up, 19. Going down again, I was already 20 steps in and counting when I realized it wasn't going to end. The staircase had transformed again. I went back up to the bedroom, door locked. The TV was still running downstairs. After a while, I heard it turn off. Someone else might be scared. I was relieved. It meant the thing was downstairs and not here with me. I had decided to install some cameras around for safety. If anything out of the ordinary happened, I wanted to have a friend check, or at least tell me that I was being insane. I installed them the next day, after the incident I had posted about before. Then, I went on about my business. I was scared, and I know what you're going to say. Why did I stay there? Why was I so calm? Well, there's this weird feeling I had. Something was definitely wrong, but somehow I was able to push through it and be okay. It's almost like when you're walking on a tightrope and you know it's dangerous, but you don't want to hesitate or stop or even slow down because you feel that the less you think about it and just keep going, the safer you are from falling. Though in my case, I don't really know what my fate would have been. It was a Thursday. I had just come home from work. I also teach literature at a university. It's important that I write down my routine. That day, I unlocked the door, went in, locked it, took off my coat and hung it, took off my shoes, put my keys on the table, went upstairs, changed, washed my hands, went back down to cook dinner. Chop, stir, turn on the oven, clean up my workstation around the kitchen, sit down and eat dinner, wash the dishes, and so on. Then up to the bathroom, send a few texts, back down, and turn on the TV. After a while, I started to doze off. I couldn't keep up with whatever argument was happening on the show, and my mind started to drift until a dream crept in, mixing with reality. I fell asleep. I woke up and was greeted by silence. No spooky sounds, no movement, strange silence. Hadn't I left the TV on? Oh well. Reached out for the remote, not in its usual place. The whole room was silent. So the thing was either very still or it had left. I needed to call my friend and have them come over so they could check the cameras. The house remained silent for a while until I heard his car in the driveway. Good. I let him in and asked him if he noticed anything unusual. No, not really. Opened the laptop and had him access the videos. Okay, let's see. So we're just watching today, right? Yeah. I'll download the last 12 hours. That should be enough. Or the last 6. Just do 12. All right. I heard the keyboard clacking for a bit, and then we waited until he said, "Here we go." Fast forward. Nothing unusual. Empty. House. Here you are, coming home. You take off your coat, shoes, keys, go upstairs. Nothing there. Fast forward. Here you are again, coming downstairs, opening the fridge. He fell silent for a while. At first, I thought he didn't see anything, so he was tired of narrating what I was doing. I even thought that the thing might not show up on camera. I didn't need another person to think I was crazy. But then the silence dragged on for too long. "Hey, what are you seeing? Dude, are you messing with me or something? What did I do?" I heard him sigh. "Listen, I'm really not in the mood, so please, just tell me if you're messing with me. What did you see? Let's go to my car. I'm taking your laptop, and your phone, and your keys, and I'm downloading more videos, and you're staying the night with me. Why?" My stomach nodded. "I'll tell you, but not now. Just let's go." His voice was shaking a little, and I could tell he was trying to be calm, but his movements were too rushed, too out of control. He was panicking. I put on my coat, got my wallet and keys, and we left. We got in the car, but he immediately started the engine and stepped on the gas without saying a word. "What did you see? Just tell me. Don't freak me out. I'm really sorry for you and what you went through. That's some supernatural horror movie shit." "What did you see?" "Okay." He cleared his throat. "Well, you opened the fridge, took some stuff out, then started prepping dinner. I saw some movement upstairs, like in the corner of the screen. Then this thing. Man, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It was a thing. It was so horrible. It looked a bit like you, but not really, because it had longer arms and legs, and a very bony face, wearing what I assume are your clothes." "So, it was human?" "No, I don't think so. Its arms bent in a weird way, and it was taller than you. And it walked. Holy shit. It moved so weird and acted so weird. And it had this sparse, thinning hair, and its face. What about its face? Yeah, its eyes were huge. That was definitely the scariest thing I've ever seen. And it stared at you the whole time you moved around." "What did it do?" "This is going to sound crazy, but I think it was mimicking you. It was literally watching you nonstop. And what scared me the most was that it was in front of you the whole time while you were chopping with a knife, while you were eating, while you sat listening to the TV, studying you, poorly mimicking what you did. Then you fell asleep. Yeah, it watched you the entire time, used its bony finger, and at one point pressed the off button on the remote. Its face was like 2 inches from yours for a while. It just stared until you woke up, and then it left. I don't know if I should call it leaving. It went upstairs. After he was done talking, we sat in silence for a bit. I didn't know what to say. He parked the car and we went up to his apartment and sat down to download the rest of the videos. Holy shit, Will. I swear to God, it has been watching you non-stop. Like I downloaded the video from when the cameras were installed, so that's 2 months ago, and it's been here the whole time. Sometimes it climbs on the corner of your walls, on the ceiling, and watches. Other times it follows your shadow. I felt sick to my stomach this whole time when I thought I was alone. And that's not the weirdest part. 2 months ago, it didn't have hair. I don't think the hair is its own. What? I think it got it from somewhere. I think it's been plucking your hair when you sleep. It's trying to become human. To become you. I was about to throw up from fear. Even in its movements when you're not there, it takes your stuff, tries them on. It looks so creepy. It's really learning, studying. You. I knew, for some reason, and I didn't even need proof. I just knew. It had come from the staircase, climbed up from whatever portal was there. And I knew it was trying to lure me down there, so it could replace me, so it could become me. I explained everything to my friend. There's nothing I can do but leave. I don't know how to close the portal, and I need your help if I'm going to try. I was trying to assess the risks, my options, when my friend said something that froze my blood. Listen, if you don't go through that portal, it's probably going to kill you and replace you. I think the next time you go home, it will have figured that out. My sister now knew I wasn't crazy anymore. Everyone saw the videos. It became some sort of news around my family, my friends. They all wanted to see, a morbid curiosity that made them want to see the thing that had traumatized me for the last few months. I was grateful that they saw it too, but at the same time I had to move and sell the house, and that was sad. I was struggling financially, and I knew I couldn't just buy another house. I had to sell this one first, and that obviously meant I had to go back there and get my stuff. I wasn't planning on going alone. Anyway, it took some time to convince my friend to come along. He was really scared, but I had to get my things out, and that meant staying there for another few nights. So, last month, my friend and I went back to the house. As soon as we entered, he sighed. I asked what was wrong, and he just replied, "It's made some changes around here." What changes? Well, it took the food out of your fridge. Your clothes are ripped. I think it even slept in your bed. It's not going to like that you're back. I'll make sure to assure it that I'm not staying. I'll be leaving soon, and it'll be free to torture whoever comes here next. Okay, so we started packing and cleaning. It was a bit hard for me, and we called for more backup. Another friend of mine, Jessica, she refused to come without her boyfriend. So now, the four of us against that thing meant it would be too scared to do anything. I didn't know much about it, but from its behavior, I knew it was mainly focused on me. And once its transformation was complete, it would try to replace my life and send me somewhere else, down the stairs. We had been working for a few days, and all that was left was some furniture to be moved. I was so grateful for the support of my friends who, unlike my sister, had believed me from the start. We had very little to do, just some furniture, as I said, very little, and I didn't expect it to end like this. It was me, my friend from the video, we'll call him Adam, and my sister, Lisa. They were downstairs packing the TV, and I was upstairs lifting the mattress. I could hear their voices downstairs. Yeah, like that. Wait, no, hold it. It's so heavy. Okay, now help me with this wrap. Yeah, you dropped it on my foot. Please be careful. Hand me the scissors. I think I'll cut this tape like this. I mostly asked them to talk more, just so I didn't have to listen to the silence. Silence to me means danger. After a while, they stopped talking. I could only hear footsteps and things being dragged. Lisa? Adam? No reply. Guys? My heart dropped. I went downstairs. I was counting the steps, subconsciously. 16 steps, whatever. Lisa? Adam? No reply. Felt around. The house was empty. No one in the living room. No one in the kitchen. Just some cardboard boxes and clothes. I sat on the sofa, listening, hoping to hear footsteps, but I was only greeted by a heavy silence, almost an entity of its own. I had a feeling I should leave. I went to the front door, but as I was about to turn the knob, this feeling, stopped me. I turned back and pressed my back against the door, feeling my phone in my pocket. "Hey, Siri, call Lisa." She picked up. "Yeah, Will, is that you?" "Yes. Where are you? Where are you, Lisa? Where's Adam? Why did you leave like that? You know, you shouldn't leave me here alone." "What are you talking about? Where am I?" "In the living room." Her voice was trembling. "Will, where are you?" "In the living room." "Man, there's no one here. I don't understand. You just came down the stairs and are now sitting on the sofa looking at me. Who is calling me from your phone? That's me, Lisa. It's me. I'm telling you, I'm in the living room. So who is sitting on the sofa if it isn't you?" The moment of realization crashed down on us both, slowly. I knew who was on the sofa, or what was on the sofa, and I knew that wherever I was, it wasn't my house anymore. I had finally gone down somewhere else, and it had come back up, but this time with a more effective disguise. "Listen, Lisa, that's not me. I need you to leave the house. Take Adam. Please, just leave." Suddenly, she says something that shocked me. "How do I know?" "Know what?" "That it's not you on the sofa. It's just staring at me, right?" "Yeah." "Well, move a little. It knows I'm blind, so it will pretend to be blind too. If you do something unexpected, and it follows you with its eyes, you'll know." "Okay." I didn't hear much next, just movement. Then she said, "Oh my God, you're right. What do I do now, Will? I'm so scared." "I don't think it will hurt you. Just don't let it know that you know it's not me." "Okay. I'll go back upstairs and hopefully get out." "Do you think it understands what we're saying?" "I don't know. Because if it does, then it knows that we know." I felt helpless, and for the first time in my life, I wished I could see with a painful desperation. I just wanted to get out of this place, back to my real house, but I couldn't find the stairs. I was stuck. "If I can't get out of this place, please don't hang up on me." "Adam, come here." "No, what?" I felt helpless, and for the first time in my life, I wished I could see with a desperate ache. I just wanted to get out of this damn place, back to my real house, but I couldn't find the stairs. I was stuck. "What if I can't get out of this place? Please don't hang up on me." "Okay. Adam, come here." "No. What?" He had been talking to it. He thought it was me. "What's going on?" "Adam, here. Take the phone." I heard Adam's voice. "Yeah. Adam, listen. It's me. It's Will. I'm stuck in this place. The thing up there isn't me. Please don't talk to it. Don't let it know that you know Who It Island." "Huh? What?" "Will, is that you? Are you serious? Shut up, shut up." "Well, dude, don't touch me." "Stay right there, you freak. I need to call the cops." "Don't call the cops. If it knows you don't believe it's illusion, I don't know what it will do." "Lisa, take this. I'm calling the cops. I'm tired of this shit." I heard some muffled voices, and then Lisa was on again. Maybe it's good that he called the cops, right? Maybe it doesn't understand that we know it's not real. She paused. Don't show it. You're scared, Lisa. Act normal. I'm trying, but it just stood up. This is so scary. You have no idea what it could do. It's walking towards me. I'm just scared. Oh, what the hell is that? What? I listened as her voice shifted from confusion to disgust, to horror. What, Lisa? Adam? I couldn't understand what she was saying. At one point, I thought I heard Adam. I was still desperately looking for the damn staircase. I heard a thud, which meant she had dropped the phone. Then screams, then choked sobs and sounds I couldn't recognize. At this point, my entire body was tense, and my heart was pounding so hard I was about to pass out. The more noises I heard, the more I was convinced something bad had happened. And as much as I tried to deny it, I knew I had no other option but to listen to this scene through the phone, unable to help. And even if I could get out of this place, I couldn't see anything. At some point, after I had screamed my throat raw, my face drenched in sweat and tears, the noises stopped, and this silence took over. This goddamn silence. I hate the silence. I kept screaming, hoping someone would answer. It must have been hours until I got a response, but not what I expected. I heard a rough movement, and then a raspy, rotten voice. Not really a voice, but more like an animal trying to imitate a human. Give me the scissors. I think I will cut this tape. I listened, frozen stiff, while in the meantime, my feet touched something. The stairs. Was it letting me go? I climbed up the stairs and found myself in the hallway. I could feel the familiar rug under my feet. I went downstairs and smelled a scent I couldn't recognize. The floor was slippery. Lisa? Adam? I heard something run up the stairs, and in that moment, I knew the thing had left, for now. But my mind wasn't on the creature, but on Adam and Lisa. I walked around on the slippery floor. My foot touched something. It felt like hair. Nothing in the world could describe how I felt in that moment. Nothing I can write here will help you picture it, because not everything is like something else. There's no comparison I can make. When you discover a crime scene, you usually see it first. I didn't. I just blindly walked around their bodies for a few minutes. You know what it's like to not know it's blood until you slip on it. To have to check if someone is alive by desperately fumbling for their hand, their neck, their pulse. To simply crawl around in their blood, running your hands through the mess, trying desperately to find any sign of life, calling their names. I heard the door open, and I realized the cops had arrived. Adam must have called them, and they had finally shown up. They found me, obviously covered in their blood, next to them. I don't even know what the creature actually did to them. No matter how hard I tried, they wouldn't listen to me. They thought I was insane. The next few days were a blur. Luckily, I had the videos of the thing from the last few months and the testimony of my remaining friends and family, plus Adam's call clearly stating there was something impersonating his friend and it could harm us. They had downloaded the video of the actual murders, but they refused to describe it to me. They just told me to rest. But I couldn't, because no matter what, I wanted revenge. I was determined to find the story of that thing, the story of this house and that monstrous portal staircase. And I wanted to kill that motherfucker, even if it was the last thing I did. For now, this is my last update. I might post more on my account, depending on what I find. For now, I need to rest. I've started seeing a therapist, and I'm recovering. I still have nightmares. I ask myself what I could have done better, but the truth is, I think I was doomed from the start. From the moment I counted one extra step on the staircase, the nightmare had begun.